Like a ceiling. Ah!
This is One for the Record. I'm Diane, and today is March 22nd, 2014. Here are your news updates for today. The Watchers watching the world. Series of strong earthquakes off the coast of Tarapacá, Chile. Superconducting properties of graphene discovered. Alrighty then. Moving on. Any news? Here, let's put it down a little bit. You see maybe a dog in there's a dog in the background. Whoop. Any news? Energy news. Japan, Fukushima. Today. Oh, that's itchy. Today. Fukushima evacuee, 50% of class with nosebleeds at same time. Immune system problems reported by many families. Also today, evacuee from outside Fukushima. There's a black dust absolutely everywhere that's highly radioactive. Government would not evacuate children because they'd have to certify it was safe to return, and they could not. It's an ongoing crisis. Also today, Gunderson. Terrifying cancer data for Fukushima. Statistics are astounding, especially for young girls. Growing concern around cancer risk. Alrighty then, moving on. Nothing new on U.S. Canada. Let's look at Paul Bakley's channel. I ate some chicken. It's all over me. Me and the dogs, we were eating chicken just a little bit ago. Alright, let's see. Breaking news. This is a day ago. India, 6.7 powerful earthquake. Massive 1,000-foot wall of dust hits Texas. I think I did this yesterday. 157 dead pigs in China River. Okay, yes, I think I read this, but breaking. 2 objects spotted off coast of Australia. Alrighty then. Max, stop it. I'm slowly giving him his haircut. Let's see. Let's see what Dabu7 says. Tippy, make your bed. Make your bed. See, there she goes. She's gonna make her bed. Okay, let's look here. No, you can't do nothing like that. Alrighty then. Max is making his bed on the floor. It's funny. Alrighty then. Take care. Be prepared for anything. See you again tomorrow on the flip side. Stay tuned. I'm attaching things. Alrighty then. Be safe. Always be safe. So I'm showing you it. Very strange.
Well, if you have a friend that still believes in Sandy Hook, direct them to this video, because I'm going to nail it once and for good. This here is the ultimate proof. Now, this is the Wayback Machine. Now, this charts internet activity from an address. And you see we've got the Newtown Sandy Hook school address in there. And what do we have? No activity. No activity for years. And all of a sudden, it kicks off again just after a tragedy. Now you can see from the chart, no one much was online in the 90s. It was all pretty new stuff. But from 2000, you see how it kicks off. But then you notice in 2008, there's a little bit of activity at the beginning of the year. I'd say the school shut in 2007, and in 2008, it was just saying goodbyes and thank yous. Nothing for 2009, 2010, 2011, and even 2012. But 2013, boom, with that new one at Munro. But so what? I mean, that is just damning evidence. It's a bit like the death index at 9/11. There's no death index record of the victims. And this damn school, weird school, it's exactly like the CIA pretend Russia film clip. And I've done a video on that where they hoaxed America that the Russians had built replica towns. I mean, the Russians might have had some institutions where they taught their spies to be Americans, but certainly not to the stage that the Americans were saying. And that facility was in America. And it's where they're copying their own people, I'd say. And the school looked like Sandy Hook. But some really interesting stuff has just popped up on the net about Sandy Hook to do with fraud. And in all of these things, you'll see the names. Like there's these, on the Sandy Hook website, this nice new fresh website that's got no depth, they've got a thing about dogs, Lutheran dogs, and the names like Luther, and Isaiah, very interesting names. You'll always see these old biblical names that they're been putting through, and that was with the kids at Sandy Hook, you saw that. Or people out of popular music like Bob Dylan or Olivia Newton-John, who of course was Sandy. And that's where this is an interesting thing that they've come up with here about the money. It was 73k they put up on the press, or 1973, Bruce Springsteen's song Sandy, and the resolution to destroy Libya. So an interesting number, they like that number, 1973. Anyway, I want to run this little clip here now about Robbie Bruce. See what I mean about names? And it's not Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne is named after Robert the Bruce. And we have Robert the Bruce ripping off 73k, and he's disappeared. And it involves the Sotos, and it's a real heart-wrencher, a real tear-jerker. And of course, it's designed to add credence to this fake event. It's a total fake. I'm not surprised the money going missing. There might be some truth in that, but it's all part of the scam to give depth and reality. How can it be fake? There's all these other stories from it. Yeah, sure.
26 miles for 26 victims. They were marathoners, and within a week of the tragedy, held an impromptu marathon that raised $30,000, and that money did do good. They took that check, $30,000, to Newtown. It helped pay for some of a youth center that was built there. The problem is 26 for 26 kept going, kept holding more events, kept raising more money for these Newtown.
I think I could do an hour video on this number and the way it's presented here. But one thing comes straight to mind. If you add the 4 plus 2 is 6, so it's 2666. But there's so many more things in that number, and we know that they've used the 26 for Sandy Hook, and we do see the 4 number a lot, and here it is all plastered in. There's just so many additions you could do with that one, so they'd be loving that. Just seeing the 848, for instance. It's crazy. It adds to 20 too, and they love, not 22 but 20. They love 20. 20 is something that's pretty special to them. So I'll tell you, it's all over this event. And it's rather nice that there's a 36 down in the left-hand corner, isn't it? 666 again. Wherever you look, they love these double sixes. Get your kicks on Route 66. And don't forget 42. 42, the answer to everything in the universe, is here as well.
Families and victims, and raised $73,000 more money. Nobody knows where it is right now. The person who was in charge of the money, his name is Robbie Bruce, we're going to show you a picture of him, has virtually disappeared. This guy was a personal trainer. He wanted to raise money for the victims. but now nobody can find him. He's the only person who controlled the money. One of his co-founders, a woman named Ryan Graney, finally blew the whistle when she figured out that personal items were being bought with some of this money, including a $1,200 paddleboard. She approached this fella, Bruce. He cut her off completely. For Ryan, this is not only disgusting, she says, but personally embarrassing.
I would say personally, I'm sorry for what happened. If I could have stopped seeing it, I would have. And I'm just terribly sorry for what happened.
Okay.
I took down all
Like a ceiling.